Welcome back to the deep dive. Get comfortable, grab your coffee, because this week we are digging into the Antigo, that's Antigo,
hmm
Police Department reports and the Langlade County Sheriff's Office logs.
Yep, we're covering June 4th through June 11th, 2025.
Think of it like eavesdropping on the town scanner, but, way more curated.
Exactly. It's like getting the local scoop, the real happenings around town and the county. Some of it's wild, some weird, some just everyday stuff that makes you go, hmm.
And, oh boy, this week did not disappoint. We've got some very unexpected accidental 911 calls.
Oh, yeah. And animals. Big ones, small ones. Cows making a break for it, chickens causing garden drama.
Can't forget the neighbor stuff. Always some neighbor stuff. And then there's, well, we have to talk about the guy in the bonnet.
We have to talk about the bonnet. It's a real snapshot, right? Incidents in Antigo, out on roads like US 45, State Road 64, even up near Elko.
Elko, right.
So our goal here is just to unpack these reports, point out the stuff that made us raise an eyebrow, and kind of see what story it tells about life around here this past week. Okay, let's jump in. Where should we start? Early morning.
Yeah, let's do the early hours. Things that go bump or meet a ride in the night, like June 4th, just after midnight.
Right, okay. So, Asparis Langlade Hospital, waiting room, someone calls. Needs a ride. Not just anywhere, though.
Where to?
White Lake.
White Lake from Antigo. Wow, okay, that's
Yeah.
that's the trek, so the sheriff's office had to step in.
Yeah, LCSO assistance needed. Shows you the hospital is kind of this central point for all sorts of situations, even travel needs late at night.
Definitely outside the city beat.
Mm-hmm.
And then just a couple hours later, same morning, June 4th, like 2:44 a.m., things got a little weird near the Baptist church.
Fifth Ave and Deleglee Saint report comes in.
Yeah.
3 people running through backyards.
Running. At nearly 3 a.m., that sounds sketchy.
Very. Officers responded, did a foot patrol, checked the area, looked for cars, signs of break-ins, the whole deal.
Did they find anything? The runners?
Nope. Report says nothing found, no forced entry, nothing obviously stolen. So who knows? Teens. Something else they just got away with.
Little nighttime mystery right there on Fifth Ave.
And the county had its own strange early morning stuff, too. June 5th, around 3 a.m. on South Pratt Road.
What happened there?
Caller says their security camera caught a dark figure outside. And the first thought, blamed the neighbors.
Of course.
Yeah.
Did they figure out what the figure was?
The report doesn't say. Could have been anything, really. An animal, maybe. But it just shows that immediate, neighborhood suspicion or maybe just awareness.
Right. And then there was that guy walking on 64 late or, well, early morning again.
Oh, yeah. June 9th, almost 3 a.m., State Road 64 near Glen Hill Trail. Officer saw a guy walking, stopped to check on him, standard welfare check.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to talk. Perfectly fine, apparently, just out walking and preferred not to chat with law enforcement.
Fair enough, I guess, as long as he was okay.
Exactly. They confirmed he was all right, and that was it. A good example of just checking, not necessarily assuming wrongdoing.
And amidst all that, the usual stuff keeps happening, right? Like traffic stops.
Oh, constantly. Even super early. We saw one near Quick Trip on 64, just before 1 a.m. June 4th, suspended license. Another one, 5:30 a.m. same day, South Superior Street, expired registration.
Keeps the officers busy around the clock.
Day and night. Basic enforcement. It all adds up.
So yeah, the wee hours are a mixed bag. Welfare checks, mysteries, routine stops. Sets the stage for the daytime, huh?
It really does. And daytime brings its own flavor of weirdness. Which brings us to the Bonnet Man.
The Bonnet Man. Okay, please tell us about this one. This is the talker.
You bet. June 4th, about 1:28 in the afternoon, Fifth Ave in Antigo again. Report of a man wearing a bonnet, acting suspiciously.
Wearing a bonnet. Okay. Do what? Just standing there?
Oh, no! Report says he ran up a driveway, abruptly turned around, and then took off east, running through 3 different properties towards a garage.
Through people's yards wearing a bonnet? You can't make this stuff up.
Right. Imagine seeing that out your window. Officers went, checked the area, looked at houses, cars.
Anything. Like, did he break in anywhere?
Nope. Just like the early morning runners, report says no forced entry found. So, why the bonnet? Why the running? A prank. Lost a bet. We just don't know.
It's memorable. Definitely adds local color. Okay, besides mysterious headwear, animals were huge this week.
The animal kingdom was very active. First, a bite report came in from the ER on 10th Ave, June 4th. Always got to follow up on those.
Right, safety first. And then the less alarming animal encounters.
Yes, the peak Langlade County moments, like June 4th, lunchtime, County Road D and Sugarbush Road, cows.
Cows where?
Just on the side of the road, hanging out.
Oh, the classic livestock at large call. Happens all the time out here.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Dispatch got hold of the owner. Owner was out of town, but family was coming to round them up. No big deal, just cows.
Got to share the road, sometimes literally.
And sometimes the animal issues are closer to home, like Plizac Lane in the county, neighbor trouble.
What kind?
Chickens and ducks. From one yard roaming into another yard, apparently damaging a garden.
The rogue poultry.
Yeah.
Someone called the cops about chickens.
They did. Officers advised the caller about, potential poultry ordinances. Shows how these little neighbor things can become official calls.
You learn something new every day about local rules. Okay, what else with animals? Pets?
Lots of concern for pets and cars, actually, which is good. June 5th, Fleet Farm on Neva Road, report of an excited dog panting in a car.
Okay.
Another one at Menards on Jerome Street, dog in a car. Officers checked that one, confirmed the dog was okay.
Good. Better to call than not, especially when it gets warm.
Totally. And Hoylas, our local animal shelter folks, seemed busy too. June 5th again, friendly husky found running loose near East Elementary on 7th. Got secured in the playground.
Ah, poor guy. Glad they caught him.
Yeah. And later that day, a big, friendly mountain dog looked like brown and black found on a leash, but nobody attached. Transported to Hayes WS.
Good job getting them safe. Okay, moving away from feathers and fur. Civil stuff. Lots of that too, right?
Tons. It really shows how often police end up dealing with non-criminal disputes. We saw custody issues being sorted out at the safety building.
Always tough situations.
Yeah. And other family things, like issues with an adult son living at home out on State Road 64. People needing help navigating those dynamics.
And neighbor disputes kept popping up.
Yeah.
Ongoing ones on Fifth Ave, and then a fence issue on Rosedale Road.
Mm-hmm. Someone reported a fence was put up on their property line, they thought. These property line things can get heated fast.
I bet. Any resolutions noted?
Well, one interesting one on Watson Street. Someone called afraid to go home. Friend was yelling. But the report actually says they talked it out themselves, didn't need the officers to intervene in the end.
Oh, that's good. Sometimes just knowing help could come is enough.
Maybe. Or just having that moment to cool down and talk. And while folks are arguing, they're also losing stuff.
Huh, yes.
Yeah.
The lost and found section was busy this week. Wallets everywhere.
So many wallets. Lost or found at the safety building like 3 times.
Yeah.
JC Park on 10th, Castle Park on Field Street, Menards on Jerome.
Keep track of your wallets, people.
And a debit card got stuck in the Carity Vantage ATM up north.
Oh, no. You hope they canceled it quick.
Right. And bigger stuff, too. A whole tote of tools drills, hard hat apparently fell off a truck near 64, and Marathon Drive.
Ouch. That hurts the wallet in a different way.
For sure. And then a different kind of find up in Elko.
What was that?
At a restaurant. Staff found a pipe, looked like it was used for drugs, just left on a table.
Yikes. Not what you want to find cleaning up.
Definitely not. So yeah, daytime's a mix. Animal calls, people problems, lost stuff, and the occasional unwelcome discovery.
And as the day winds down, things shift again, right?
Yeah.
Evening brings out different kinds of calls.
Yeah, you start seeing more disorderly conduct, and traffic issues definitely don't stop, often get worse with darkness.
Like the incident at Fuller Sales and Service on US 45.
Right. Reports said a guy was threatening employees, wouldn't leave, last seen walking towards the sleep-in.
And then someone upset about being locked out.
Yeah, June 6th. Wouldn't leave, said they'd just wait outside. You wonder how those resolve.
Then what was the one about the flat tire? Towards Walgreens?
That one was oddly specific. Person heading to Walgreens, flat tire, listed as disorderly conduct. Was the person disorderly, or was the situation just chaotic? Hard to tell from the log.
Leaves you hanging. Okay, but traffic. Always traffic.
Always. Speeding, expired plates, lights out, driving suspended, not yielding. It's the bread and butter.
But this week, the deer.
Yeah.
Many deer.
It was incredible. Seriously, the number of car versus deer accidents reported was way up.
Where were they happening? All over.
Pretty much. Near Elcho on 45 and B, State Road 47 near Christie Road had a couple. State Road 64 near Ackley Road, also multiple hits. State Road 17, US 45 near A, US 45 near Cherry Road, State Road 47 near D.
Wow, that's a laundry list. Serious reminder, isn't it? Driving around here, especially dawn and dusk.
Absolutely critical to be alert. Some reports mention the deer still in the road or in the median. These aren't just bumps, they're dangerous collisions.
For sure. And besides deer, there was that bigger crash. Car and a semi.
Yeah, Juneteenth. County Road S and State Road 64. Report says the car ran the stop sign.
Yikes. Any injuries?
Amazingly, report says no injuries. Which is lucky, hitting a semi, but yeah, big reminder about stop signs.
And an ATV crash, too, with injuries.
Mm-hmm. Near Never Road and Arctic Street, June 6th. Mentioned a trail pass, so maybe related to trail riding.
Okay, shifting gears slightly.
Yeah.
Suspicious activity still happening in the evenings.
Oh, yeah. Report of a red SUV crossing the center line speeding on 45 heading into Antigo.
Not good.
And then, this one's kind of creepy. Two people just sitting in a blue SUV way out on Crestwood near County S late at night, no lights on, over a hill.
Just sitting there in the dark. Weird.
Right. What are they doing? And another one, man in a big white van, doors open, just sitting on Superior Street in the county during the day. Looked like he was waiting, again, for what? Nobody knows.
Local mysteries abound. And back in town.
People reported possibly selling stuff on Lincoln near Fifth Ave, and someone yelling at people walking their dogs over on Third Ave. Just community observations, you know? Things that make people call.
Totally. Okay, now for my favorite part. The truly weird, the unexpected, the stuff that makes you reread the report.
And this week delivered, especially with the accidental 9/11s.
Oh my gosh, yes. Not just pocket dials either.
Not at all. Okay, June 4th, Sunnyside Road, County, accidental 911, triggered while mowing the lawn.
Mowing the lawn.
Then June 6th, Kendi Road, County, accidental 911, dispatch hears an elderly lady talking in the background about mowing and laundry.
Just chatting away, you get these little slices of life.
Totally. Kids playing with phones caused a couple too. McGee Road, County TT. That happens.
But the winner has to be the rafting fun.
Oh, absolutely. June 8th, County Road WW, accidental 911 from a phone that had been, and I quote, submerged during rafting the previous day.
A waterlogged, delayed 911 call. That is amazing. Poor dispatchers trying to figure that out.
Right. Is it real? Is it water damage? But beyond the dial, some other really unusual encounters.
Like the guy on Field Street offering stuff.
Yeah, June 8th. Report says a man was offering meth and pot and handing out a business card.
A business card? For that. That's bold.
Yeah.
Did they find him?
Report says officers checked, but he was gone. Just, wow.
Wow, I was right. And then the incident on Highway 64.
Juneteenth, yeah. Older guy, extremely intoxicated, standing right in the middle of Highway 64 near Marathon Drive. Report notes he has a history, mentally disturbed.
Oh, that's dangerous and sad.
Very. Officers responded he refused help at first, but the report says he did make it home okay eventually. A really tough situation for everyone involved.
Definitely highlights those complex welfare checks. Any other odd ones?
Just little things. Serving civil papers on Lincoln Street, the report noted the person would be home for a while. Just interesting phrasing. And a car versus bicycle accident near Quick Trip and McDonald's. Hope the cyclist was okay.
Yeah, me too. And of course, Walmart.
Can't have a weekly report without Walmart, it seems. Lots of retail theft follow-ups.
The one with the thermal binoculars seemed like a bigger deal.
It did. Started June 4th, reports of a male shoplifter, maybe with another guy, then follow-ups over the next days. Walmart providing video, a license plate.
How much did they take?
Report mentioned merchandise valued around $1,100. So, yeah, turned into a pretty significant investigation from what might seem like routine shoplifting calls.
Shows how things can escalate. Okay. So, we've gone through the week. Early mornings, daytime quirks, evening issues, the truly weird stuff. Yeah. When you, zoom out, what's the picture? What's the moral of this story for this week in Antigo and Langlade County?
Well, it really paints a picture of constant motion, doesn't it? There's always something happening.
It's that mix, right? The predictable stuff, traffic, arguments.
Yeah, the everyday challenges, but then layered with the stuff that's so specific to here. The deer collisions are a huge one.
Definitely. And the cows.
Yeah.
The chickens. The realities of living in a more rural or mixed area.
And the neighbor dynamics. They seem to play out constantly in these reports, for good or ill.
And then you throw in the curveballs. The bonnet man. The business card guy. The phone calling from its watery grave after rafting.
Exactly. Those moments you just can't predict. So I think it shows life here requires you to be, aware. You got to watch the roads, watch your property, maybe watch your neighbor's chickens.
And just be ready for anything, apparently.
Pretty much. So if I had to pick a moral of the week from these reports, it'd be something like, in Antigo, and Langlade County, just expect the unexpected. Life here keeps you on your toes. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's frustrating, sometimes it's just plain weird.
That sums it up pretty well. It's never boring, judging by these logs.
Definitely not. They give you such a raw, interesting glimpse into the community's pulse.
Well, that was another fascinating deep dive. Thanks for walking us through the highlights and lowlights of the Antigo Police and Langlade Sheriff reports this week.
My pleasure. And thanks for bringing these sources. It really is revealing to see what patterns and unique moments emerge when you actually read through them. It's a good reminder of everything happening around us all the time.
Absolutely. And hey, if you listening have reports, articles, data, anything you want us to tackle in a deep dive, please send it over. We love exploring what you're interested in.
Yeah, definitely.
Until next time, drive safe, maybe keep an eye out for unusual headwear, and embrace the unexpected.